What's up, guys? So what's on my mind today? Racism. Okay, guys, let's get into this. Racism is more subtle now. But subtle doesn't mean racism doesn't exist. Subtle is defined as delicate or elusive, something achieved through clever and indirect methods. Before the Civil War, the practice of racism was overt. It was in your face. The racist white people didn't care if their racism was known. But after the Civil War, the practice of racism moved to something more subtle. It has given some white people the brazen idea that racism no longer exists. Subtle racism is the same as overt racism and what it plans to achieve. Subtle racism initially included things like Jim Crow laws, black codes, redlining, segregation, poll taxes, and other things. With the help of the courts, black people slowly chiseled away at those forms of racism. But instead of racism disappearing, racist people have become even more subtle with their racism and practices. They are so subtle with their racism that, at least to themselves, they believe that racism no longer exists or that they are not racist. Politicians, all from the right, often use words like woke as their silent dog whistle, blaming this so-called wokeness for making white children feel inadequate. Because if they learn the history of what their parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and ancestors did to give them the white privilege that they have, it may make them feel bad. Subtle racism has been weaponized, and it affords the user of such tactics the ability to throw rocks, to put actions and methods in place to bolster racism or enhance a systemic racist system, and then hide their hands. Make up an excuse as to why they're doing it, plead ignorance, or downright deny that their actions should be considered racist. Today, most people know that being overtly racist can come with detrimental consequences. And in an unfortunate twist of faith, efforts to stamp out overtly racist people and systems have caused overtly racist people to use more subtle ways to practice their racism. The people putting politicians in these places that they can make laws that will target a specific group of people are now the pariahs of the system. Racist people have found new ways to have their cake and eat it too, in the form of subtle racism. The challenge then becomes, what do you call people who claim that they're not racist, but their actions, their voting habits, prop up a racist system? Well, for me, that's easy. You call them racist by proxy. For a racist system to work, you must have at least two types of people. One, the racist people. And two, the people that the racist people marginalize. The question is, which camp do you belong to? Okay, guys, that's what's been on my mind today. You guys have a good day. Peace out.